I'm not going to lie, the dating world is a complete shit show right now out there in society. And if you're a man and you're watching this video, you're probably trying to answer the question inside of your own brain: how in the world can I finally make women want to date me? There's a lot of confusing information out there as to what women want. How do we as men need to show up and behave in a world to make, somebody attracted to us? And to give you a bit of a perspective of my background, I'm a men's coach and I work with men in the realm of embodied leadership and relationships. So I teach men mostly how do we work with the nervous system and our energetic body to be a present, deep, and really connected man that women are attracted to, right? Then this isn't about looks. This isn't about fitness or physique or anything like that. This is how are we showing up in a way that is safe to the feminine, right? This isn't like red pill bullshit. This isn't how do you manipulate women. This is how do we as men develop deep, grounded presence so that we are trustable to the feminine, so they feel safe with us. And I'm going to teach you guys in this video specifically how to do that. And when you do this, you completely shift the dynamic. So rather than chasing women, rather than trying to get validation from women, rather than trying to impress them, we get to sit back in our king energy, for lack of a better word, and draw them towards us. Okay, we're really dealing with a lot of the poles here of masculine and feminine polarity. And I don't want to dive too deep into that, but I want to also diffuse a couple of myths right now. Right now, if you're watching this video, let's drop this bullshit that women want a 6 foot tall man in finance, 6-figure salary, needs to be a certain height, needs to be in shape. This is a right-wing talking point, and let's just remove that completely. If you're watching this video and that doesn't resonate, you can go find that red pill stuff, because it's just lame excuses that shifts the responsibility away from how we're actually showing up in the world. And if that pisses you off, that's fine. You don't have to watch the remainder of this video. The guys that actually do watch this video that will implement these things will actually have success in life. And ultimately what this comes down to is our energy. Most men, the energy is off. It's desperate. It's needy. It's stressed out. It's frantic. It is toxic. It is angry. It is stressed out. Notice how I haven't said anything about physical attraction, looks, eye color, skin color, hair. None of that stuff matters, in my opinion. What really matters is our energy, because it's the one thing that you can't just change your physical appearance about. It's an internal journey. So let's kick this off with, what do I mean by what do women want? Ultimately, women are optimizing for safety. When they're finding a partner, they are biologically wired to be scanning, is this the father of my children? Is he strong and stable in his emotional capacity? Is he if I give him feedback, does he just break down and crumble, or does he rise into king energy? Is he grounded? Is he calm? Can he handle conflict? And the reason they're asking these questions is because they're trying to figure out, are you it? Can I feel safe with you? Can I trust you that you're the type of man that can hold this relationship? And guys, we are biologically wired this way. So when you're sitting at home complaining, being lazy, getting frustrated, not taking care of yourself, you're desperate, you're anxious, you're people pleasing, you're doing all these nice guys behaviors, and then you go on a date and you try to be funny, or you try to be weird, and you're wondering why it's not working. It's because that's not what they want. Collectively, I'm obviously talking in massive generalizations here, right? But this video isn't about giving specific things for each individual person, but overall, they want a man that is calm, grounded, safe. A man that she can trust to get things done. A man that can hold her emotions. A man that can manage himself. A man that can get out there and build something in the world and take care of his own needs so that he can, take care of his family's needs. This is what women are looking for. Okay, so It happens all the time where men start dating someone, right? I talk to my clients about these things, and guys they'll be 3 weeks into a relationship, sometimes 2 months, and they hit this threshold where they think that everything's going well, and they get hit with this feedback from her where she's like, I don't necessarily trust your leadership. I don't feel you're very present right now. And the guys will share with me, they'll go, I don't understand. Like, I think I'm doing everything great. This is so terrible. Like, I'm so upset. Like, I'm really shocked. And I'm like, hey, dude, this is just a mirror. She's just unconsciously testing you to see, are you going to collapse into your habitual patterns? Are you going to open and expand and rise to the occasion? Are you going to come back and have a conversation with her? And this is the type of energy that women want. It's something like, hey, I recognize that I'm not showing up on the level of leadership that you're looking for. What are your needs? How can I meet them? That's what they're looking for. Like, they're looking for that part of you that can bring that part of you that can bring that like conscious king energy. I'm not talking about being an asshole. I'm not talking about being controlling and like being the Andrew Tates of the world and like the overly dominant, like masculine guys, but it's just bringing that like clear, calm, grounded, and direct masculine presence. Because that creates safety for the feminine, right? If we're being flaky, that doesn't create safety, emotional safety for the feminine. So the way that we solve this problem, it's not by looking a certain way. It's not by just getting jacked and shredded and putting on nice clothing. And all of those things do help. Like, I'm not going to deny that physical attraction is not a real thing. But what this really comes down to is shifting from that needy, validating energy into a grounded, embodied man. And the way that we do that is it's all nervous system work. We need to ground our nervous systems. And the way that we do that is by slowing down, doing a lot of meditation, breath work, sauna, cold water, slowing the F down, getting clear on what we want and need as men. In a relationship, hey, these are the 3 things that I need, nervous system, sexual, dynamic wise. It looks like learning how to set boundaries. Hey, I'm a no to that. Hey, when we're in an argument and things start to get personal, I'm not okay with that. Let's take 10 minutes and let's move around. Let's walk away. It looks like moving through the world in a way that you're taking full ownership over your emotions. So that means if you're stressed out, it means if you're tired, you need to go take care of that rather than putting it on her and dumping it onto her. And this is about radical ownership, right? This is cultivating those deep masculine traits that are deep inside of you. You just haven't accessed them, or you haven't been taught how to access them, but these are traits that exist in every single human being. So the step 1 is you need to really take a hard look at yourself, right? The hardest part of this work is the deep reflective part 1. It's the inventories of what are all the ways that I'm being desperate? What are all the ways that I'm being needy? What are all the ways that I'm blasting emotions at her or making excuses or not making her feel emotionally safe? Or when she expresses something, I shut it down or I make her wrong or I try to fix it. Like, just creating these inventories in your journal of like, what are all the ways? Because until we can see it, we can't change it. The reason that so many of us don't change is because we want to change so bad, but we don't want to look at the hard parts of ourselves that we don't like. But you can't change what you're not consciously aware of. So until you take that time to get fully aware of, man, holy shit, like I'm being a needy little, whatever. Holy crap, I'm like totally being anxious and I'm like suffocating her. Until you can own that and be like, oh man, yeah, I'm being anxious. I'm being needy, right? Doesn't matter why at this point. Like, I get it, right? Our parents messed most of us up. They didn't hold us. They didn't love us. They got mad at us. They made us, take responsibility for their emotions. Like, there's a million reasons that you could spend in therapy as to dissecting why you are the way that you are. But we actually have to change internally how we are showing up in our lives. And this is the deep transformational work, right? And this is the work that I do with my men. I help them go from anxious, overthinking, they're seeking approval from women to embodied leaders in the world. in the matter of weeks and months, I've seen guys completely shift their lives around in my coaching and in my programs because this isn't rocket science. And they're having better experience on dates. They're having deeper attraction. They're having less conflict. They're showing up to dates confident and feeling good. And it's like they're letting go and they're having a better experience of life, and women are getting pulled towards them. And the reason this works is because like it's really simple. And I've spent years studying masculinity and relationships. And I mean, I'm in a 10-year relationship with my wife. So, you know, there's that level of success with my wife. But a lot of men want respect. But you have to ask yourself the question, are you being a man worthy of respect? And I'm not saying that you don't deserve or you're not worthy of respect. You are. But I mean that in the way that, like, is there a disconnect between how you want to be treated and how you're treating others and showing up in the world? Like, if you want to be a king, act like one. Take care of yourself, own your needs, get in shape, figure out your energy, understand, do the inventory that I'm talking about. Like, actually do the fucking work. But don't just sit around and want something and then just hope that one day it's going to magically like pull towards you and be like magnetized towards you. And the craziest thing is that it is so easy to do this stuff, and it is so easy to be that kind of man in today's society. Like 99% of men are just like lazy, and they're scrolling reels and sitting on the couch and ordering Uber Eats to their house and Amazoning anything, and they're just sloppy and flaccid, and they don't actually have any fuck that they're bringing to their life in the world. So like if you want to stand out as a man, it is so easy in today and age. Like your level of competition, if you want to use that, it's basically nothing. Like just look around in society and most men are burnt out, they're tired, they're exhausted, and you might be in that state as well, but you can get out of that state in weeks when you just commit and you're like, no, I'm not operating that way anymore. I'm not touching fast food. Fuck alcohol. I'm done with that. I'm not going to smoke weed anymore. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to train 3 days a week. I'm going to start meditating every morning. I'm going to hydrate. I'm going to eat high quality food, right? I'm going to learn how to like not be anxious. I'm going to learn how to not be needy. And you just decide today, this is how I'm going to operate in the world. It's an identity shift. But until you have that moment in your life, and you might not be there yet, you might just need to sit in this for another 5, 10, 15, some of you 20 years before you're actually going to do something about it. And that's okay. Everybody's on their own timeline, right? Time is a really powerful teacher. But the problem with time is that it's incredibly patient. So if you're a man and you've made it to this far in this video and you want to figure out like what are the next steps to the next evolution of who you are, in my opinion, it's reaching out and getting help. It's seeking mentorship from the men and the people above you that have already gone through the initiation of life. And they can teach you and guide you and hold you accountable in the ways that you want to move forward and the changes that you want to make in your life. So if that sounds like of interest to you, you can select the link down in the description. You can book some time with me. I think I've got a couple of like coaching call packages on sale right now. So like 2-for-1 coaching. If you want to dive in there, you want me to like really show you and like hold you accountable in this and actually change your life, then you can do that. So I hope you liked the video. Hopefully it wasn't too harsh, but if you want to learn more about men's work, relationships, how to show up and be a powerful man in the world and really go after and get the things that you want, then I would encourage you to subscribe, like the video, comment, and stick around. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.